In my opinion, it's a story about how the liberal media and the elites actually set the borders of the public discourse, thus making it illegitimate to have other positions towards immigration.
Well, of course, this will be a totally alien concept to an Israeli audience, but the media does have a slant. I knew it wouldn't work.
Know nothing about it.
Even before the attacks of 2015, 70% of the French public said that Islam as a religion was incompatible with the French state because of its attitudes towards women. Now, that's a very specific concern. But the response of the elites in politics has been to say the public are bigots, rather than what is it that the public are worried about, and what in it is legitimate, and what in it is something we will have to argue about.
The Strange Death of Europe. So to put it bluntly, is it terminal, doctor?
Well, I told my publishers when it came out in English that I wanted to give a diagnosis that was as accurate as I could, and my publisher said, well, you must give people some hope. So I wrote a chapter saying what could be done, followed by a chapter saying what I think we will do. What is really needed is you need to, or at least people who are not politicians need to assist politicians to develop the lexicon in which to talk about very difficult questions. Yep. And that's the same on every single hot button issue. I mean, as I say, I tried to do it with the immigration question. If somebody says, why can this person not come? A politician should say, fine, who in the world can't come? And they don't do that. They don't play that game back. I did it recently to a Labour politician. I said to her, who can't come to Britain? Who don't we want more of? I can see her eyes right there. Oh, no, my entire career is on the line. So I said, who don't we want more of? And she said, we don't want any more criminals. Okay. And I said, well, okay, fine. Let's say a boy who was 14 in Tunisia stole a loaf of bread and now he's 18 and he'd like to come to Europe. Why are you saying he's got to be kept out? Why him? Okay, war criminals shouldn't come. I said, that's about 6 people in The Hague and none of them are applying to come to the UK.
And when you articulate those arguments, do you feel personally that your position as a journalist is at stake? Not today, because you're very popular today, but 7 years ago.
Well, I don't care. I think that if you're interested, I think the only point of writing is to pursue truth. And if you don't want to pursue truth, I mean, there are plenty of other jobs to do in the world, and if you don't want to pursue truth, you shouldn't be a writer, and you have to follow it wherever it goes.
Were you never afraid?
Well, I've trodden a precarious path in my life, and not everything I say goes down very well with everybody. Mm-hmm. I don't mind about any unpopularity. Again, that shouldn't bother anyone interested in truth. The truth is very often deeply unpopular, but there it is. Yeah. I do mind the fact that in the continent I'm from, criticisms of certain religions do bring personal problems, and I've had rather too many friends shot in the same profession across Europe to feel totally comfortable about that. But again, what are you going to do? Lie? Shut up?